We have learned more information about an incident at Famous Yeti's Pizza where people ate food contaminated with THC. The health department says 80 people were sickened. They range from 1-year-old to 99 and had a wide variety of symptoms. About a third ended up in the emergency room, with some spending at least one night at the hospital. 3 people experienced impaired driving and 3 people had to miss work for their symptoms.